Welcome to Just Crafting Around. Today we are going to take some old mattress springs and we are going to turn them into Christmas trees. With this spring right here, what I did was, in Hobby Lobby they had 50% off. I went into their miniature tree decorations and I picked up this vine right here. This was $3.99, so I got it for $2. I took it and I twisted it around the spring right here. And then what I did was I purchased the lights. I actually got that are battery operated like this. And I purchased those. This has the copper wire. This one here has the white wire. So you can get different lengths. You can get the different colors that it's on, the different wire colors that it's on. So we are going to get started. Now with this one, I have the battery pack. What I'm going to do is, being this is pretty thick, I can actually take this off, which Beody crocheted these little bottoms for us. She actually took this and measured to see how big of a bottom that she needed. You can take this and you can actually put it in under here and you can have it sitting here. Now what I was going to do with it, because you can still see it, so what I was going to do, what I thought would be cool, is to actually take it and wrap it in wrapping paper, make it look like a gift, and you can put it underneath the tree. Or you can, depends on where you're putting this, you can take it and you can actually hide it behind something. So say this was a decoration and you had it by this tree, you can actually take it and hide it behind here and you wouldn't see it. So there's different variations that you can do. Different things that you can do. Just make sure and leave this open because this actually turns it on and turns it off. Now with this you also get a timer. So read the instructions when you get this because there is a timing option that comes on for 8 hours. It will automatically come on and it'll automatically come off. Now when you put your Christmas decoration away, if you're going to keep this together, take your batteries out. Because what happens is when you place these and you put them in and you leave the batteries in here, sometimes the batteries will leak and then it gets these here dirty and it won't work for next year. So just a reminder, take your batteries out before you store this. So right now we're going to get started. Took this, like I said, Bee was the one who made the little black bottoms for us, the little tree skirts as we want to call it. I found these for $4 at an antique store. Thought that was a pretty good price. We are going to use, again, I went into Hobby Lobby. This was $1.99. We're going to use something totally different than we used for this. And with the $1.99, these were even half off. So I thought that was pretty good. With this right here, I got these at Lowe's. This has got 30 little lights on there. I paid $6.98 for this. And then of course you're going to need the batteries. With this it was a little bit different because this has wire in the inside. So this bent real well. This here does not have the wire in the inside. As you can see, they're little snowflakes and they're on a string and they've got little pearls on them. I really like that. So I thought, well, we are going to try it. So in order for it to not move around so much, I put it in here, put it in our little tree skirt, and now I am going to start winding it around the actual spring. Now when you wind it around the spring, the trick is that you need to wind it going the top way and going around. So what I do is I start and then you want to loop it around. Find the way that you want to loop it best. May have to use a little hot glue maybe on this first part to keep it still.
Introducing our device installment program. Extra savings and extra flexibility. Call Valley today for all the details at 437-2615.
What I did was I took a little bit of hot glue and put it on the side over here to keep this on. Because like I said, this here has the wire in it, this here does not, and in order to keep it on, that's what I had to do. So, we're going to keep going around here. of space it out however you want it spaced out. I love old things. I love like these box springs, the old box springs. I like old things because they have history. There's some history with every piece of an antique, with every vintage clothing, with any vintage accessory, anything like that. There's a story to it. And I like listening to the stories. I like listening to my dad talk when he was alive about how he grew up without running water and the things that we take for granted now. I love listening to my mom how she grew up and how her mom raised their large family without a husband because her dad passed away when she was just a baby. I love listening to things like that. So when I saw this idea, I thought this is something I really, really need to try. And again, with crafts and stuff, I honestly do not know where I would be without Pinterest. Pinterest has many, 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 many things on there. Very interesting things. Some things I would never attempt. But there are some very, very creative people out there. We have a lot of creative people in our small town, and I'm sure you do as well in your small towns. People that amaze you by the things that they can do, and in our exchange areas, in our 9 exchange areas, we have a lot of talented people out there. If any of those talented people would want to be on our craft show, please give us a call. We buy the supplies. We're more than welcome to have you come and be a host on our show. You don't have to be here every week, every month, I mean. You can come and go as you please. Nowadays, there's so many cute Christmas things out there that you can see that you can make on your own, and you don't have to pay those high expensive prices. I mean, this thing put together was a total of probably $15, $20, and look at what you have. Not only do you have something that is old, but you also have something that you did and you put together, and that makes it unique all on its own. I like handmade things. Handmade things are special to me. I like homemade cards, and when my granddaughters make us homemade Christmas cards or homemade birthday cards, those are the things that I liked and still like. Anything handmade, you know, that somebody put love and effort into that. Like I said, I'm going to get this to the back, and then I'm going to anchor it with a little bit of hot glue again. I can kind of line these up. I'm not pulling them tight, just in case I want to kind of move them around a little bit. Not going to do it tight, but you need to do it tight enough to where it's going to hold them on there too, and it's not going to sag and come off. So now we're just going to put a dab of hot glue on here so that it stays. We're going to do it in the back. The other thing I like about these is look at how they lean. It's kind of like a tree. What tree in South Dakota or in North Dakota or in our neck of the woods do you see that standing tall and straight? There is no such thing. As we're actually videotaping this, the wind is blowing 40 to 50 miles an hour. So what can stand up straight after that anymore? There's not much. So we're going to put a dab of hot glue on here. Once it dries, we're going to clean it up a little bit more so that's not a harsh dab of glue. I did notice that somewhere somebody was making some glue that doesn't have the strings on there. I I can't wait for that to come out. That is definitely going to be something that I'm going to need to test out. The glue is still hot. You still use a hot gun, but it's not supposed to have all the strings that the hot glue has. Okay, this is going to take another string of this. And again, cheap enough, $1.99. Okay, say $2. I got it 50% off. You're talking about $1. And there's other things out there you can use too. These are just some of the things that I picked that I liked out of it. Another thing is kind of plan ahead on things that you want to do, like Christmas stuff is out. Of course, it's 50% off now. So go and buy the stuff that you like. You can always save it, put it away for a little while, because you know you're going to use it again. Okay, a little bit of hot glue again for this one to get started. Hold it there for a second until it dries so that it sticks. And again, string. And like I said, as we're taping outside, the wind is horrific today. Opened up my car door to come to work and it took the car door right out of my hand. Not what I wanted to happen today. Okay, so here we go, around and around we go. Kind of position this a little bit so that she's going to stay nice and taut in there. What I did was I bought 3 strings of these because I didn't know how I would be able to put these on, so I figured for $1 each, I wasn't breaking the bank by buying 4 strands of this.
Pick your promo, sign up for high-speed internet, and get an iPad mini for only $60, plus get $60 in Valley Bucks. Or sign up for HD DVR from Valley Video and get $60 in Valley Bucks. Take advantage of these great promotions in honor of Valley being around for the last 60 years. Call 437-2615 today.
Valley Telecommunications, the home team advantage.
Like I said, you know, the other thing is how much of the spring do you want to show? I want to show a nice amount of the spring because I want people to know that it is a spring. I'm not hiding it by any means. I like it that it's a spring. And I like the idea that there's little snowflakes on here, plus the pearls. I like the idea that there's little pearls on here. I think that also makes it look really cool. And when we get started, you add the lights the exact same way. You just actually are going around and around and around. It took me a while to get it figured out how to go around this, that I didn't need to take it down here and put it around here and in and out and up and down, and it took me a while to realize that you could just actually wind it and keep winding it around. After that, it went quite fast. Doesn't take very long. And like I said, these I did find in the antique store. They were $4 a piece. But you can't buy anything anymore for $4 a piece. Oops. You can tell when you go the wrong way because it doesn't meet up with this stuff very well. again, if you'd like to be on the show, please give Valley a call. Ask for Kelly, ask for Lisa. We'd be glad to have you on. Plus, we're always looking for ideas of things that we can do and have fun with at the same time, because you want to enjoy what you're doing. Don't want to leave too many spaces, but yet want to leave enough. What's kind of cool about this too is as I'm looking at it, when the snow flies and it hits a tree, it doesn't all clump together at the same place. So you can make it sparse, you can make it thick, you can make it however you want to make it. Coming to an end of this piece, and I don't want to have to go all the way to the bottom and use up another strand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the last strand that we have, and I am going to hot glue it to the other strand, and then I can cut what I don't need.
Valley Telecommunications, the home team advantage.
I'm going to take a final look here before we cut this last piece. I want to make sure that I have it thick enough. If there's a few places I want it to be or not to be, or thicker in some spots and not in the others. Take a quick look here and take a look at it. I think that'll be just fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue these two sections together. I'll hot glue snowflake to snowflake, and once that is dried, we will go around and we will finish up. We will cut the excess off that we don't need, and then we will put the lights on and light it up. Guess what we could do too is we could just leave that part of it on, and when we put the battery pack underneath here, we can put this around it. We'll see how it looks. See if it looks the way we want it to. Together a little bit more. Get it a little thicker on the bottom. Turn it around a few times, make sure we've got it how we want it. And again, preference, all preferences to what you like. Almost to the end. I like projects like this on a wintry day. hasn't snowed out or anything yet, but I like to do things like this up in my craft room. My husband was nice enough to get me a craft room put together. So now instead of him watching me and wondering what the heck I'm up to next, I can go up to my craft room. Take this out of here so you can see it. And we are almost down into the end. Now this ring right in the bottom, the last one, we are not going to do that one because that is actually what fits underneath this little loop here. And I want that, it fits in there just absolutely perfect. B did it so it fits in there perfect. I don't want to mess that up. You wouldn't have to do a little tree skirt. If you can sew and you want to do something else, that's fine. This just worked out good that Bee was able to crochet one of those, or a couple of them for us actually. Do it in whatever color you want to do it in. Try to get these together a little bit more here in the bottom. And we are just about ready to call it good. And we want to get it tight. Once we know that that is where we're going to stop. I'm going to space them out a little bit. Just a little bit more on the sides and stuff. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to take a little bit of hot glue right here, and I am going to glue one of the snowflakes onto the screen thing, onto the spring. And I'm going to cut it off right at the end there, right at the tip. Didn't let that sit up long enough. Have to give the, try that again. Can't be in such a rush sometimes. Hold it on there until it dries. Then once this is dried and it's done, then we're going to put on the lights. The lights is the same thing, just take and wrap. You continually wrap. We're not going to have to hot glue this because it's got wire in it so that you can bend it really good. You can twist it around here very good, and then it'll stay on here. Touch is going to be adding the lights, the string battery operated lights, to the tree. So we're just going to wind around, and again, just keep on winding till you get to, you can kind of notice, look in the middle, make sure that it's not sagging anywhere. And round and around we go. I like this because of the thin wire and stuff that's in here. You can really work with it well. It's really nice and flexible. This string of lights, towards what this string of lights is, this has more bulbs on it. When you can see, it's got a long strand here in between, and then a bulb, where the copper one, and of course I bought them at different places, had like a bulb in between here. So that'll be the difference between the lighting of that and the lighting of this one. But it looks like we're going to have enough. We might come back this way again towards the bottom. You get tangled up a time or two, it's okay. Like I said, it's nice wire. It's very nice low gauge wire in order to put it around. Okay, we're going to end up at the bottom, and then I'm going to turn around and come back a little ways. Going to use some of this up a little bit. Not going to go up too high. It's kind of hard to judge how tight to actually string it. That's okay, we'll just wind around the bottom here a little bit. Like I said, we don't want to go up too high because I don't want it hanging from way up on top. And again, look in the inside. You don't want these strands hanging too low or not taut enough. So try to get it as tight as you can. And last time around here. Very soon. And this is the back of it, so one more time. Okay, now I'm just going to take it down and around here. Left. Straight back. Closer, we are almost there. We have one small bulb left here yet. I'm going to use it all up. I want to make sure that we get it shining on the tree. And there we are. And it ended up pretty nicely in the back. Like I said, as far as this here goes, what you can do with this is you can either take some paper and you can wrap it and have it look like a gift, or you can just take it and slide it right underneath. Hide your wires. Hide them in there. Or you can take it and you can decorate and kind of decorate around it, and then you can take it and hide it behind something, whatever you're decorating. Set it in front a little bit and hide the battery box in the back. And here is a look at the two Christmas trees made from old box springs. Come back and join us again next month for Just Crafting Around. If there is anybody who wants to share their talents and who would like to be on the show, please give us a call at 437-2615 and ask for Lisa or Kelly. Merry Christmas. Thank you.